we are going to cut back to the house. No, fucking not that. Jesus Christ. There we go. I keep playing the wrong songs because I didn't label them properly. But so we cut back to the house, and at this point it's about 6. We've jumped in time, if that's okay with you guys. We've jumped in time. Yep. It's about 6, and this is a little bit before you guys get your evening call for your evening challenge. And you guys are kind of anticipating it, and a couple of you guys have been talking or mulling over. Most of you guys are in the bridge right now because it's the most evil, like nicest common area for you guys to have discussions. And you guys are talking about like, well, Darren left. Fuck.
I'm still like angry drinking at this point.
Yeah.
So I've drunk too much to back down to know that I need to be sober for a challenge. So I've just continued drinking out this bottle.
Yeah.
AMT by now.
Jeff, after laying in bed for probably like 5 hours straight, finally thought to do something conducive, and he for probably the first time in a week or so, isn't high for a period of a couple hours, and he's going to be baking his signature brownies.
Nice. Nice.
Yep.
That's awesome.
That's what he's doing. They smell fantastic. They're the one thing he can cook.
I bet.
So yeah, everybody's just kind of sitting down, like mulling over that Darren left.
Yeah.
But it's kind of exciting because it means like you guys are only 7 people away from somebody winning the cash prize.
Yep.
Oh yeah. You know those like hands, like the grip strength exercise thing, like
yeah, those things, those stress things.
Yeah, I've just got like one of those, and I've got like a bottle in the other hand, just staring into space doing this.
Yeah. Gabe's looking at you, just like, those work?
I look over at him like, yes.
yeah. You're just always mad, and Gabe's just like, sick. Like, sick.
I can't believe he's gone.
It's alright, sweetie. He's kind of a dick anyway. Fucking Zach is Zach is always fucking like consoling you.
Yeah.
But he's our dick.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, but he's our dick, and it's like,
that's a weird thing to say. Okay.
Yeah, she kind of looks at you like, yes, he was.
Yeah, and I'm like taking it like genuinely seriously, like.
What even happened?
Bryson, did you upset him?
No. I didn't do shit, bro. I didn't do shit. I was tossing football with him, man. He's fucking freaked out after that guy came out, man.
Mm-hmm.
How do you even get on the set anyway? I know that's like totally illegal.
What do you mean a guy came out?
A dude like smashed down the door, like breaking and entering. Like when I saw him bust through that door, he's a small guy, but I was like, nice one, bro. Yeah.
Fucking hell, dude.
Yeah, I was like, nice one, bro.
Yes, and he wouldn't stop talking, so
Someone broke onto the set?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, somebody from the outside, man. He brought in all these magazines, and like he goes over to like the door where he like, all the thing is, and he grabs the backpack and he just starts showing all the magazines.
Yeah,
I think about us, man.
I go to them instantly and start going through them, and there's all these headlines, like like all these headlines insulting Darren and everything.
Yeah.
And then Cassandra's just reading through them, like, oh my god, they think my butt looks good.
Yeah, exactly. And then Zach like is peering over your shoulder, looking at like some of the pictures, and we see pictures like there's a lot of like almost nude shots of Zach, but they're like it's always covering people because I think people are trying to be like, does Zach have a dick? Does Zach not have a dick? Like one of those things, and
like
they're
that
always
Lady Gaga thing from a while ago.
Yeah, exactly. So it's all these shots of that or whatever, and then there's just a shot of like of Zach like from behind, which is just like completely nude, but like flexing his back, and he's like, he has a pretty toned back, and he's just looking on like, oh, that's a good shot of me, and then fucking Bryson comes up and looks, and he's like, nice one, bro. Like he just holds his hand up for a high five for Zach, and Zach's like, ugh. and keeps looking at the photos. We see a couple of you of you, Joff, and for you it's always like, what will he snort next? And there's like a picture. It's like A, will it be a remote? B, a cactus. C, it's just like it's all these weird fucking things.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh wow, they know me so well.
Damn.
I've
been eyeing that cactus.
Of me, I'd peer over.
Well, that's the thing. There's not really anything about you.
Huh.
I'm crying.
Yeah. You kind of look at it and you're like, oh, that's kind of weird. Like the only thing that's really about you is the show that you used to be on, and it's all these old childhood pictures of you.
Yeah, fucking hand. Hello?
Cassandra.
What's going on?
I just had to leave and rejoin because none of the video feeds are working.
Okay, you're good.
Fair enough.
So
he probably just shrugs and just continues.
But yeah, this is nice. Like that's the thing is that there's this is like a nice thing because you guys don't get news from the outside world at all, right? So this is kind of a weird like you are actually like looking through and you're trying to flip through pages to be like, oh, is there actually any news in here? And pretty much every other page besides just being cancer about you guys is about all of these supplements and products and stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's also like there's a very small article that you noticed, Derek, about how one of the companies is being investigated because one of their trucks crashed into a river and all the fish in it died.
Oh shit. Yeah, I've got to probably put down my hand exercise with the bottle and just excuse me a second, and I'll pull it over and I'll look at it. And does it state what sort of shit was in whatever?
No, because it's a very BuzzFeed style article covering of the incident. It's just more talking about like, oh my god, poor fish. Like that's kind of how the article states it, but it's just like, yeah, like one of the major companies that does pharmaceutical stuff for like that are like the major like the mega health pills and stuff. One of their trucks fell into a river and all the fish fucking turned dead.
Can I roll science biology to see if I can sort of remember, like, I put together in my mind what sort of shit like it takes to kill an entire lake
Sure.
of fish?
The title, like the article title is just like huge company kills fish.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's all. Like,
Yeah, exactly. So the thing is, you're not really sure what like you don't really know anything that would have caused it. You're just like, that's weird. Because the thing is, it doesn't say what company exactly's truck crashed, but you see the logo and you recognize it as one of the logos that pops up during your guys' commercials a lot.
Yeah, I'll make a mental note of that because I do actually have photographic memory. And
Nice.
If I am ever to see a commercial, I'll keep an eye out for that. Sim.
Nice. But besides that, there's not really anything about the actual outside world.
Yeah, that's fucking annoying. But...
Yeah, which is annoying because it's just a gossip magazine, right? It's talking about like 10 ways to satisfy your boyfriend in bed, etc. Like all that just kind of baseline bullshit. And then the rest of it is all supplements and stuff.
When you say supplements, that's like
Mega vitamin, have a bigger butt, get bigger muscles. Stop balding, like all those types of things. It's all these cures and fixes for like you being immortal. Just a mortal human. Yeah.
Mm.
It's all the type of shit that you know that Bryson takes. Like he uses a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, nice one,
nice,
bro.
Nice
one, bro.
Bruh.
So are we waiting for?
Yeah, you guys are just waiting for the announcement. Yeah, you guys are kind of in the bridge waiting for the announcement. And you're just kind of reading. Better living through the T. Oh wow, better living through the T virus. Nice, dude. But yeah, so you guys are just kind of reading that stuff, and the clock hits on 6, and you're waiting to hear that just cringy as fuck fucking air horn, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And it doesn't go off.
Make sure you're all in your places.
I'm waiting for my brownies, and I'm not even looking at the clock. Like, I am so focused on these brownies right now.
Yeah, nice.
Staring in the
Nice.
oven.
And Hannah goes up and she holds her hands over her ears because she's expecting the siren to go off. and all of,
Yeah,
and
look
you
at
know,
my
everybody that's in the
watch.
room are expecting, and it doesn't go off. What the fuck, bro?
Did Darren do anything when he smashed that plant? Did he break something?
Yeah, I'd look at it and like, nothing connected to the alarm. No, not usually this late.
How can you know?
The fucking camera.
Yo, bro, sup, bro? And like, Bryson goes up to the camera and starts like, bro,
Yeah.
bro, like he just starts like clicking on it, you know? And
Bro.
he's like, bro, Laszlo, bro, like, bro.
Maybe
Yeah,
they
they're not
have to
there,
clean
man.
some- Maybe Darren made a mess outside and they have to clean it up.
That's, yeah, man, that's probably it. Nice
What if he,
thought,
like-
man.
What if like he upset the crowd? Oh
Yeah,
no, poor
maybe-
Darren.
What if we're canceled, bro?
Yes, and what if they tore him apart and ate him alive? Who cares?
They wouldn't cancel us mid-season.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Really?
We got the night off. Nice one, bros. And he like holds up his hands to like get fucking high fives from everybody.
I think we're still on cameras, so I actually go up and like sort of jump to high five him.
Yeah, exactly. And he like looks all proud of himself. By the way,
Yeah.
he hasn't changed from his Speedo that he's been wearing this entire time.
Yeah.
Ever.
Like,
I'm in
that's
like
all
I'm in
he
like
walks
perfect-
around in.
I do like perfect like cheerleader high five as well, where you sort of like jump with one leg up, like
Nice.
woo! Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Freeze frame. Yeah.
yeah.
And but then it's just like, okay, well we got the night off. So Gabe is just like, sick. Want to get some? Yeah, he's just like, I want to get some food, and he just starts walking over to the kitchen.
Yeah.
And yeah, he starts pulling out chicken wings out of the freezer, and he's gonna start preparing those.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
standing directly in front of the oven, just like staring into it.
I'm gonna go fix my makeup and finish the first draft of my biography.
Yeah. I've
and
done that.
Zach is like, "Do you need me upstairs?"
Sure, babes.
Yeah, and then he just kind of smiles and like walks up and just like
Hey.
starts walking with you.
Brownies
Yeah.
are almost done. We can eat them before the buzzer goes off.
The buzzer is no, and then Zach walks up and just puts his hand on your shoulder. Joffin's just, the buzzer isn't going off today, sweetie. I guess we're having the night off or something.
He's like staring at at his hand.
Yeah. And then she comes up and whispers, just, "How did it go?" You just get flashbacks of like this, like these sounds, you know, of just like you just being like, and then like the bent puck, and then you shoving it under Darren's bed, and you're like,
Yeah. I'm just what? How did what go, Zach?
I'll be waiting upstairs.
Just like call over
Coming.
as I head off.
yeah. And Zach turns around and just sassy walks up,
Yeah.
just like half his ass hanging out the dress, like,
Oh.
And he's still not wearing underwear.
yeah, he's still not wearing underwear.
Oh.
Disgusting. Good thing I don't have to hold back anymore. And he's just like, as if he's been fucking held back anyway. He just like continues.
Goes over to go drink. Yeah.
Yeah, and
There's no buzzer tonight?
Yeah, at this
Sorry,
point,
buddy.
Drop, you're getting weird because you're one of those people that, like, when you get in your routine, you're in it
Yep.
hard. And
Yep.
if it was to mess up the monotony of your routine, you'd be like, "Oh no! Like, what do
Yeah.
I do?"
Well,
Yeah.
that's when I get fucking weird. Is when I don't know that I have something I need to do, I get fucking weird. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
as soon as I just look at the counter, what's the first thing I see on the counter?
A ladle.
Okay.
Actually, no. What is the first thing he sees on the counter?
Yes!
Chat. There we go.
Inadvertently.
'Cause we gotta get better at this. 'Cause remember, guys, this is our first time doing this, so
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a new rule that I'm gonna make from now on.
Yeah.
You guys can spam shit in chat that you want to happen. You can be like, "What do I see?" Or "I'm looking around." You guys can start spamming shit and be like, you know, a light falls down or whatever. But like, straight up, like, just start doing that, and I'll just start throwing shit in, right?
A
Kitchen
dildo,
knife.
A kitchen knife.
What if it was a kitchen knife dildo, a wooden spoon?
Because Bijan knows what Jeff's gonna. What?
see a shiv
Cocaine.
A belt.
I see a shiv.
It's like Bryce's belt. What am I saying? Bryce would never wear a belt.
No, exactly.
Yeah, it's Gabe's belt.
Sorry, Bryson.
Okay, I like there's flour and a belt.
Yeah.
Have fun with that one.
Yeah. So he's. Oh my God. So yeah, Jeff sees the flower.
No.
And he has, like, when it comes to this sort of thing, when I mean he gets weird, is that, like, he knows he has time that he's not obligated to spend in any way. And as long as that time is many, many hours, he will spend it in a certain way. As soon as he sees the flower, basically a switch flicks on in his head that is, like, automatic get bent on the first thing you see switch.
Oh god.
So he sees the flower, starts just like racking his brain with what the fuck can I do with this? Then he sees the belt.
That's a good idea too. You also see Gabe has very specifically signed the top of a Tupperware container that he's laid out. It's lasagna. He fucking loves lasagna. Gabe is like a lasagna addict, and it says Gabe on top. That's also sitting there.
Yeah, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna open up the container and just dump the lasagna onto the counter upside down out of the container.
My god.
And just take the container. I don't care.
Nice.
I'm just gonna,
oh god.
I'm just leaving the lasagna splattered on the counter.
Yeah. And it's like, it's kind of dirty. It's like because somebody was like shaving their head or something near there, so there's like hair and shit on it.
Oh my god, I know
exactly. A bit
exactly.
of like tequila spilled too.
Fuck. Oh, that's gross. So I know exactly what he's gonna do with this. He is going to attempt to, start getting a buzz off of melting the plastic of the container.
Oh my god.
But he's going to melt...
That's actually something that you could do.
Exactly. But he's going to melt the plastic of the container into a pot in which he will slowly drizzle flour as he gets more and more high. And he's going to put
the lasagna did nothing wrong.
Exactly. Fuck your lasagna, dude. Then he's gonna take the belt.
Lasagna, dude.
He's gonna take the belt and tie it as tight as he can around his neck, so he can keep the buzz for as long as possible. So like, no, but if the cameras were on, this looks like the most well thought out clinical process you could imagine. He's just like belt.
Yeah,
he takes the flour.
It's like, what are you suiting up for, astronaut?
Yeah, exactly. He takes like one of the burners, turns it to full, and
he's definitely going to space. I can tell you that.
Exactly. And oh my god, the burners probably look like jet engines, like because it's a space theme thing. So they look like small jet engines, but in like a very compact, very aesthetic style. So. Nice. Yeah, he turns it on, and there's a small, like, localized flame.
We get, like, a close-up of you, like, looking at the flame, like, holy shit, like...
Okay. Yeah. All right, good. Okay, cool. All right, yeah. And Derek would definitely see this, because he's coming in and out for his liquor and, like, a glass, I'm sure.
Yeah, you exit the pantry, the liquor fridge. Sorry, the liquor pantry, Derek.
I think
he's got, like, a bourbon in his hand.
He leaves the room, like, just as you're walking over to the counter. He comes back in the room and sees you with the full getup on.
Yeah.
Not knowing how you got there, like, getting ready, like, with
the
plastic
what
melting.
What the fuck are you doing?
I think the most obvious element is that there's just lasagna sitting on the like splattered slightly on the counter. I just like whip my head around.
The most obvious element, I think, is you with a belt around you.
Well, that's the second. Yeah, that's the first thing. The second thing was a good point.
How long have we been in this house? Like a couple of months, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so at this point, like, Danny, dude, come on, can you just get, like, drunk or something for once?
Like, this is probably not the weirdest thing you, Derek, have seen me do. Also, like, I think you at one point saw me in the pantry trying to fit myself in between two shelves when I was ridiculously lit. But, yeah, right now, I like, whip my head around, like, hey, what? What'd you say? I can't, like, my everything above the belt is becoming slightly more red than the rest of my body.
I go extra close so he can hear him, like, wouldn't you prefer to just get drunk?
You notice, by the way, Joff, that the lube that Zach gave you, you've taken downstairs and is kind of just on the counter, but its label's facing away from Derek, and you kind of don't want him to judge you.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, oh, I guess the oven would be a good spot to put that for right now, like, to hide that.
Huh. Yeah. Yeah, Derek. Just actually,
As
you know
like, while you're talking to him, you just like lean over to like grab the lube.
well, no, I have a thought before I do that. Could you grab me like I rack my brain. Could you grab me the clearest drink in the cabinet?
I like that eye twitch, like.
Could you and a shot glass? I might just partake. Yeah, I might.
Yeah, I look at him like quizzically for like 5 seconds. Like, does he just want it to snort it or like inject it to himself or something? And then... yeah.
I mean, you can't accomplish that doing anything off of that, but you fucking weird person.
Yeah, so I turn around and go back in, like, just get like gin or something like that, you know, something clear. Like vodka, actually.
Yeah. While you do that, we get a hastened shot of of Joff throwing the lube into the fucking this giant container, right? It's as big as like a bucket. Yep. And when he throws it in, when he goes to shut the cabinet, because you're really quick about this, Darren, because you were like, oh yeah, I can get him this. And then you immediately return, and then we see him like try and be smooth about it. So he's like, oh, just he leans up against it, and we see that he slightly turns the oven on.
Yep.
And then just leans again, and he's just like, oh. What'd you get me? Like
yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I have almost utterly forgotten about the brownies at this point as well.
Yes.
I know you were assuming that. Yeah. I see the drink. What you bring me a gin? You said?
No, it's vodka probably. Actually.
Vodka, sick.
Of it. Yeah, probably vodka.
Yeah, I'm like.
So.
You brought the bottle?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, and a glass.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm like, oh, thanks. Yeah, I'll take them out of your hands, and I will immediately set the glass down. Put the... I already have the plastic container in the pot. I'm going to fill the plastic container with vodka and close it. And then turn around, like, cap the bottle, put it down.
It's gross because there's like lasagna sauce or like stuck to the edges, so when you pour the vodka into it,
this is just like my face. Like...
It becomes pink.
Yeah, because it's this gross milieu of tomato shit and vodka and plastic, which is yeah. And I just turn around. I'm like, thanks. Yeah, I'll I just sniff with the cap on. I sniff the vodka bottle. I'm like, it smells pretty good. And there's no way I can fucking smell the vodka with a cap.
Yeah, it smells pretty good.
It smells pretty good.
Try.
Cassandra and Zach start to walk downstairs. You can tell because of like the slap of Cassandra's feet.
We're having like an argument over just like some really like minor wording differences because I was asking for Zach's advice on like some of the parts in my autobiography.
Yeah.
But I wanted to say that he was acting totes retard.
But sweetie, you can't use the word retard. It's gonna offend people that are retarded.
But that's why I'm using retard, not retard.
That's not a word. It's not even a real...
If it's not a word, how can it offend anyone?
But if you want people to take you seriously, then you have to... Joff, can you...
What? Hey.
And then Zach looks at you and just sees that you have this like thing around your neck, and she's like, "Oh, this looks like fun." And she's just gonna walk up and pull on the fucking the part of the belt or whatever, and just pull it and like bring you a little bit closer to herself. And you're like, and she's like, "Oh, this looks like fun. I didn't know you boys were getting up to this while we were gone."
Yeah, this is like way too kinky for me.
Yeah, I turned around. I'm just like.
Ooh, brownies!
I like go over to the counter.
What?
Yeah.
Brownies? Where are the brownies?
Who made brownies?
Where are the...
Oh, okay, so you go... Yeah, because you can smell the brownies, Cassandra, and you're like, who made brownies? And you're like, oh, wait, the brownies? Oh, the brownies. And Joff, you go over to open up the cabinet door. Yeah. And as soon as you go to open up the cabinet door, you open it just as you hear... The lube was boiling up inside and expanding like a hot balloon, and all of the lube, the hot fucking contents, shoot out straight towards Cassandra. And she's standing there like, oh, what's happening? Oh, like, who made brownies?
Who made brownies?
And I like reach towards it.
Yeah. This hot molten anal lube.
Oh, God.
Flies all over her face and just splatters her, right? And then you start to see just steam rolling up. It's like 1,000,000 degrees.
And she's just like screaming and just like, Zach, help me!
Yeah.
Melting.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
and then Zach is like, "Oh my god!" And she goes over, and Zach goes over to grab a towel and grabs it.
I like
She's
to take
hold
a
still,
step
sweetie, hold
forward,
still.
like
And she goes
holding
to
a hand
start
out.
wiping it on Cassandra's face, and as she does, we think it's makeup coming off at first, but we realize it's actually part of her face
Oh!
starting to droop off.
Oh!
Yeah, and the towel is just covered in red as she like pulls it away as well.
It's like, oh my god! Like everybody's just like, Jesus Christ! Like
Yeah.
Like,
Like, wait.
nobody knows what to do.
Jeff, while all this is going on, just took a glance when it hit her, and then sniffed the smell of the melting plastic from the stove, and like as she is having her face peeled off, he's gonna be sniffing in the pot like.
Yeah. So you start to sniff in, and then Gabe looks over and he's like, oh. And he starts to puke over one of the couches.
Yeah.
Bryson comes in and he's like, Bryson comes in and he's like, what the fuck, bro? And we turn around, we see Cassandra, and part of her face is literally peeled back off, and she's like, oh my god. And then Zach is like, oh my fucking god. And she runs over to the big door. She, like click of her heels. She runs over to the door and she starts banging on the door. It's like as hard as she can, just being like, you need to fucking help us. Cassandra's dying. And what are you doing, Derek?
What do I do? And I touch my face and I'm just like, ah!
Yeah, but the thing is, you're blinded at this point.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, so-
god!
Completely.
It went off, and as he's like, giving it a sniff, I'd like grab him by the back of the shirt and like pull him back, like really hard. And what the fuck are you doing, you prat? Just like fucking throw him to the side, and like her face is coming off.
Yeah. Her face is coming off in strips.
And there's something which will forever haunt your dreams, where Cassandra like reaches out an arm, she's like, help me!
Oh!
Yeah. And
Like,
she
with
looks
half
at
of
you
her
and it's
face
just
like
like,
melting.
Hang on, I'm gonna look at my.
And I think
skills.
at this point I kind of like fall to the ground out of the pain, and I'm sort of like my back's like arching backwards and like grabbing towards my face.
Bryson gets an idea though immediately, and he goes, "No, I know. Shower." And he just goes and he's like, "Don't worry, bro, I got you." And he runs over like football sprints, and he scoops you up like you're a toy, right? And he
None of
starts
you
to
are
run
even
with you on the
trying. I
stairs.
hate all of you.
No. So he scoops you up, Cassandra, and he starts
yeah.
running upstairs. And as he's running upstairs, there's a magazine that's laying on part of the. There's a magazine that's laying on part of the stairs. So he runs up and he goes and he slips, and you go tumbling off of the second story and land onto the ground, right? Just like face first, like, and you hit the concrete. And he's like, "Oh fuck, bro. Oh shit!" And he goes, and as you hit, you guys start to see that this like thing starts to rattle, because up at the top of the stairs there's this fake UFO.
Yeah.
It's this big model thing, and it's up there, and it starts to like kind of waver as Bryson hit the stairs, and you can see Cassandra like laying on the ground or whatever, and she's like, "Oh my fucking god." And then she goes to turn or whatever, and the thing starts to rattle, and then we just see as like a thing of her perspective looking up, and you see this UFO thing just start to, and it comes loose, and it starts to fall straight towards her. And then all we see is her looking up with her melted face, and it just comes down and just smashes her head, and blood just goes boom everywhere, all over the fucking ground. Like think of like a Tarantino movie of it, just like brain and fucking shit just goes all over the fucking ground, and then it's like, bruh, and then Gabe looks up again, and he's like, and he pukes all over the fucking. But the thing is, it starts to land on Cassandra's feet.
Oh no.
And Zach is still banging on the fucking door. It's like, holy fucking shit, you need to help us. And now fucking Cassandra is just like, her body is just like twitching. She's completely fucking dead. Like Cassandra is completely fucking dead.
Yeah. Jeff is huffing this plastic vodka mix, and he comes away from it like, "Oh, that's so good." Oh, and he just goes back down into it. He just
I'm
goes.
gonna headbutt. I'm gonna headbutt him.
Oh my god. You're gonna go up and headbutt him? Alright, headbutt him.
Because he's been a proper. He just killed someone pretty much. So brawling, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, so roll me a just roll me a punch, but I'm gonna give you a -3 because it's a headbutt. And if you're trying to hit his head, I'll just give him. I'll give him a -4 for trying to.
Yeah, because head hit. Jeff,
yeah.
Jeff has no idea what's going on around him, so he can't deal with this. So.
Shit. I just realized I didn't do my combat.
Just roll me a roll an attack that is a D4.
Wait,
that's
what?
melee. Roll me an attack that's a D4.
Oh, but he has to
melee.
see if he hits.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, because if he makes an attack that's a D4 in his sheet, that's a punch. But it'll just be a headbutt, right?
Oh, yeah, I thought you were telling him to roll a D4. Yeah. So in the damage, just put a D4.
Yeah, damage, put a D4,
and check melee.
0 in the multiplier, and then check melee.
Yep, and then just roll it.
I'm sorry, Cassandra, that you're dead.
Oh my god, that was amazing.
Wait, what?
It was even better than I thought it'd be.
Let's see what he got.
Wait, what?
So,
I'm dead? Frosty, you killed.
yeah. Wait, no, I could come back.
You got.
I'm alive, bro.
Wait, do you have a? Did you put anything in skill level?
Oh no, I should have done that, shouldn't I? Because my brawling is like.
So
5.
you rolled an 8, which is really good. So you have an 8 plus your strength, which is 2, and then what's your skill?
My skill is brawling, and that's 5.
Okay, yeah, you definitely hit me.
Yeah. So he turns you around, Joff, and you're just looking up at him, and you're like, oh shit. And he just goes, and he just headbutts straight into you, right? And then your nose is just like,
If like
and you start to stumble right towards you start to stumble towards the door.
Oh no. Yeah.
And you go and you're like, oh, I need to get a fucking towel.
Yep.
And then the door, which is another one of the crew doors, just opens really slowly. And there's a woman standing there.
Huh.
And you guys know this woman. She's the wardrobe lady. Her name's Mary.
Okay.
Mary?
And you guys are like, oh, finally we are getting some help or whatever, you know? Like, finally.
Mary.
And, yeah, and Mary's just standing there in the door. And the thing is, behind her is completely black because that's the studio and there are no lights on.
Yeah.
So there's just nothing. And so you can just see Mary just kind of standing there in the doorway as the door is just slightly creeped open.
Yeah. Hey. Can I have a towel? Like, my nose is just bleeding profusely. It's just this crushed mess. I'm just like, can I have a towel?
And you just see just like a one step, and her body is just shaking, and then 2 step as she starts to come in, and she starts to show herself in the light.
Yeah.
And it's Mary, and her eyes are just popping out of her face, and she's just drooling everywhere, and she's just like, as she's looking around. And you realize that her eyes aren't just popped out of her skull like that way just because that's just how she looks. You realize as she turns, she has literally a microphone sticking out of the back of her head that have seemingly popped her eyes partly out of socket because she's been hit in the back of this head so hard, and she's having a hard time seeing you. But she's just like, as she just starts to like walk towards you guys, right? And you're like, what the fuck? Gabe looks up again. He looks up at her. And then he goes and he vomits again all over the floor.
Damn it, Gabe. Mary, is that like... is that acid? What is this? What are you fucking... She just, like, stumbles into me or something?
No, she's walking around in the kitchen just, like, looking for you guys. Or she's looking for a sound, but she can't actually see, you realize, because her eyes are all, like...
They're fucked. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and
I'm
you
like,
guys are like, and it's like, what the fuck? And Zach has no idea what's going on because he's banging on the front door, still screaming. Gabe is puking, and Bryson is like up on the stairs, like biting his nails, looking down at Cassandra, like, oh fucking shit, bro, like. So you and Derek are the only ones that are noticing this at this point.
I'm going to, because I see that something's fucking sticking out of her head, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to slowly pull a knife, the knife thingy.
Mm-hmm.
The knife block, and just sort of, you know, if she fucking does anything weird, you know, fucking shank it. Yeah. Is this shit in not like, I'm pretty sure the shit in not fucking, you know, her head is open. Like,
Mary.
Nice.
Mary, I need a towel. Mary.
And her head just immediately, like, as you talk to her, just goes... And she just points her hand, she reaches her hand straight up at you, because she can tell that you're there, but she can't see you.
Yeah, sound, right?
She just...
Damn, Mary, you're
And
little.
she just takes a step towards you and starts to walk towards you. And as she does, she starts gnashing her teeth.
Oh.
And then you hear from the other room just, "Oh, thank God!" As what Zach is saying, like, "Oh, thank God!" And you look to your left, Joff, and you notice that the 2 security guards from before are walking into another studio door.
Yeah.
And you notice that there is blood all over one of them. And he walks in and just like, and he just starts to stumble in. And you're just like, what the fuck? Derek, what are you doing at this point? Because I know that you're the only one actually like paying attention to anything.
I have a knife, and this like Mary's going. Is she going for Jeff? Like, yeah, you know, fucking like ground.
No. She's walking towards him, but she obviously can't see him. So she's just walking in the direction of his voice.
Yeah. So this is a bit fucking weird. So I'm going to walk up quietly, like behind her. I'm kind of like I've got sort of keep my distance like this.
Mm-hmm.
And does it look like she's reaching out for help? Like maybe this is like stuck in her brain.
I think because you've never seen anything like this. Thanks for the free nice whiskey. You've never seen anything like this before, so you think she might be actually trying to get help, and maybe she's in so much pain that she can't speak.
Yeah. What about the 2 guys up there?
You haven't noticed them. Only Joff has. Because you have been very focused on her, because you grabbed a knife and you were just staring at her like, Mary?
Yeah, and I tap her on the shoulder. And I'm kind of like this.
As soon as you tap her on the shoulder, this obese elderly hand grabs yours with incredible strength that you didn't anticipate, and she just... And she just starts like coming up towards you and trying to grab at you, but she can't see you, so she's grabbing near you, and then she grabs your shoulder, and you're able to kind of push her away. And as that starts happening, you hear Zach just go, "Oh my God!" from the other room, and she starts running because one of the guys has torn away part of Zach's dress. Like, he has most of Zach's dress in his hand, and he's just stumbling towards. And as she starts to sprint, she steps on one of the remotes for the TV. And I would like everybody to roll me initiative.
Let's do it, boys.
Hey.
But here we go. She steps on the remote, and this turns on. And the fucking disco ball comes down, and all the lights start going fucking nuts. And at this point, like, now the house is in party mode again, and it's fucking loud as shit.
Cassandra, why are you rolling initiative, man?
Okay, so I got Mary on the initiative order. You guys can click on your own pictures and add your quick. You can roll whatever you want. I'll just let you go first.
Yeah, okay.
But you guys can click on your photos down there.
That is a Tourette's. Wow, fuck. I still got the high.
Okay, so you can see Mary, and she is grabbing at Derek, and Derek at this point has dropped the knife because it kind of startled him.
Yep. So I have to make a simple willpower test even when we have the odds. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that because I want to help Derek, and I have the ability, thankfully. Thank
What happened to my music?
You.
Who killed my music?
I can still hear it.
Yeah, it's
okay,
playing for me.
I
Yeah,
cannot.
it's just me.
No, I can't.
Restart your their thing.
The game. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy. Yeah. God damn.
The music is amazing.
Oh, fuck yeah, it is, dude. Oh, this is great. Yeah, so I am taking part in this fight, and I have a moment where I'm like, like I look at the stairs and then look at Derek and the woman in their struggle. I'm like, all right, man. I got you back, man. Yeah, and I run over. Actually, am I closer to this woman? Or
She was walking towards you, so now you're in between. So she's in between you and Derek.
oh, she's in between me and Derek. Okay.
Yeah, but so like think about it this way: you're standing next to the oven.
Okay.
And there's
I
an
am.
island next to you,
Yeah.
so it's a little hallway. She's in between you and the oven, and then Derek was behind her, like, "Are you okay?" And he touched her, and then she turned around and fucking started grabbing him.
Yeah. Well,
She has this microphone sticking out of the back of her head.
so I like to think that the knives are just close enough to her that I wouldn't think to get them. So I'd like to open the utensil drawer and grab a fork
Nice.
because that's the first thing he'd think of. And
So the thing is,
Yeah.
you're looking in, and you go to grab a fork, but all you can find is chopsticks.
whatever, man. Yeah, I put one in each hand, and I'm like, "Let's fucking go!" And I get running at her, and I'm gonna try to just like stab her in the
Nice.
back,
So,
basically.
so yeah, you go to stab Mary in like the back.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and the chopsticks are gonna be a D4,
Okay.
but they're gonna have a -2 modifier on them, a multiplier for damage,
Yeah. Oh my god, this is gonna.
and
be
it's a
so
melee because they're an
fucked up.
improvised short stab.
Yep. So chopsticks. Oh my god. And I think, do I get a bonus for hitting her in the back, or since he's on the other side? I don't remember. I have no skill for this. This is gonna be so bad. Do I? Do you know?
Do you get a plus for hitting her in the back?
Yeah. I'm not certain.
I will say because she can't see you and she can't react to you that you'll get a +1.
Okay.
To hitting her
Cool,
from
cool.
surprise.
Sweet. Yeah, let's fucking go, boys. All right. Chops. Oh my god. Hold on, boys.
What?
Hold on. Oh my gosh. So
Oh
that's
my god.
That's
Okay,
a
so
16.
I know. So here's the thing.
Yeah.
You go
Yeah.
and you go to stab her right in the back, right?
Yeah.
And you stab her and you get her right in the this fleshy part of her shoulder, and you hear it go crunch straight through her like you're stabbing through cartilage, like with a giant sewing needle.
Yeah.
And then you hear it, and it starts to spit this weird, gross goop out at you.
Oh.
Like it spouts, and but the thing is that you can tell that her arm starts to like go down, and the arm that's holding on to Derek just goes limp.
Oh, okay.
Like she starts to spurt out this liquid.
Oh, out of the wound?
Yeah, and it starts hitting you in the face.
Oh shit, man! Oh god! Oh.
Yes. So
Yeah.
at this point, because it's hit you in the face, anything that has to rely on sight for the next 2 rounds until you can get it off of you, you're gonna have a -2.
Oh no! Oh fuck!
Your sight. Because it's like this gross orange pus hitting you in the face.
That's lovely. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
So
regretting.
that's you?
Yep.
So Mary is going to, the arm that was holding on to Derek stops, and she goes and she turns around, and she's not looking at you, but she's going to walk towards you, and you're not paying attention. You're like, oh,
No, fuck!
And, she's just gonna see if she can fall on you. So go ahead. So I'm gonna roll her a. This isn't gonna be a brawling. I'm gonna roll her a strength, just a strength.
Yeah.
And you can go ahead and roll me a dodge if you can feel her trying to get out of the way.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you're gonna get a -2 because
Yep.
you can't see her.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, so she rolls a 13.
Sorry, I just realized what Whiskey's doing. Whiskey, you badass, you. Okay, dot. This is with a -2. Fuck, she beats me.
You look amazing, Whiskey.
Nice. She'll beat me because I had a -2.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, dude.
Nice. So, so she beats you, right? She falls straight on top of you, this obese woman. She's shorter than you, but she's much fatter. She falls on top of you, and the liquid that was pouring out of her back starts to literally pour, and it starts going into your mouth and your nose, and you're just laying there like, ah! And like one of her tits is on your neck, and it's really uncomfortable, you know? It's just like, oh, fuck. And it's just really weird, right? And you're like, oh shit, man, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden, we just get a image of Derek throwing water at your face, and he's like, "Hey, wake up! What the fuck?" And he's like, "Hey, wake up!" And the thing is that you're like,
Oh
shit. And then, you know, Derek is like, are you alright, bro? Like, that shit was fucked up. Like, what the fuck happened? And you look around and Cassandra's standing there, Zach is standing there, Bryce is standing there, and Derek is standing there with the water. And you look around and you're like, where the fuck is the woman? Where's the shit in my face? Everything's normal. Everything's fine. And you're like, what the fuck?
Are you okay, Jeff?
Are you alright, sweetie? I didn't mean to choke you that hard.
yeah, I just like the belt's still around my neck, and I'm like, wait, none of that just happened.
None
do you
of
mean?
what just happened? Are
There was-
you high again?
Your face was melting, Cassandra. It was.
About?
It's like, what?
What are you talking about?
Just the.
Yeah, let me just take that vodka back from you, mate. I don't think. Yeah.
What does he
Let's
take
take
back?
it.
The vodka? Yeah. I glance at the oven and I'm like, I put the lube in there. That's gotta be. Did I put the lube in?
What do you mean the lube?
You did put the lube in, yeah.
Yeah. Don't open that.
I go and open that.
You go and open that, and Cassandra goes over and she's like, what do you mean the lube? She opens it up, and it expands, and it explodes. And it hits her right in the face, all of this molten lube. And she's like, oh my god! like, and then you're standing there, and you're like, what? Like,
Whoa.
what?
What?
This is actually happening. And then she's like, oh my god. And then we see Zach run up with a towel and be like, it's okay, sweetie, it's okay.
Why are none of you helping me?
Bruh, cold shower. Bruh.
No!
And
No, Bryson, no!
To run and start to...
I hate
No!
you.
I'm gonna like.
Bryson goes,
Yeah.
and he starts
God.
scooping you up and whisking you away, Cassandra. And Bryson starts running
Yeah.
up the stairs.
Yeah, I'm
and
gonna
there's a magazine on the thing, and
Oh
he's
my
like,
God.
shit. And he goes, but the thing is, at this time, he almost stumbles, and then he's like, he catches himself, and he's like, nice one, bro.
That's why you're the football player.
Yeah, and then at this point, he starts to run her up into the bathroom, and
Yeah.
you can hear cold water running. And that's where we're gonna end today's session.
God. Fucking damn it, dude.
There you go.
Sick. I don't look like enough of like if I don't have the shades on, I just look like a weirdo with like really weird hair. If I have the shades on, I automatically go like full asshole. It like the shades complete the look of this
Hell
this
yeah.
like whole thing. Like
It's funny.
Beautiful boy.
Oh my God.
There we go,
What
ladies and gentlemen.
actual
First episode of Madhouse.
very nice having you all.
Yes, yes.
That was. Can
So,
Jeff see the future as being high as fuck? Yeah.
What is happening? What is
Music
happening?
writer, you're gonna need to watch this
You're
VOD.
gonna have to watch the VOD, dude.
And I know that like we are always like, hey, you gotta catch the VOD. This time I'm gonna tell you, music writer, if you don't at least give like the first 10 minutes of this show a try, then I
Not
will.
the character creation part, like the actual part.
Yeah. It'll be the second part of the VOD. Like, you have got to see this shit. It's so good.
Yeah. So at this point, guys.